Good morning, everyone. Desert Horizons, AZ off-grid, unplugged, 3 hours cabin ranch. There's my Susie. There's my Remy. They're getting all set to help me do laundry again today. It's like a never-ending battle. This is mainly for my newer viewers. I've never seen this washing machine before, but I've owned this for over 5 years. That's all I've been using exclusively for the last 5 years. And it still works great. I still love it. It costs $99 on Amazon. I don't know if they still have the exact same model available, but they do have much more expensive ones for sale. But this is one thing you can check off of your worried about to-do list when you move off grid. Laundry will not be a problem. You can use one of these little machines like this. Works great. So glad I got this. Like I said, 99 bucks, and I've been using it for 5 years, so I think it's more than paid for itself. And you see, I got a full load of laundry to do today. So started out with half a bucket, whatever, and I kept putting it off. Well, when I finally started gathering everything together today to wash, it's like it's overflowing now. You know, not really much of a surprise. You see, I have a run out there with 30 feet of PVC out to underneath a tree. That's where it drains here. So, like I said, you can scratch laundry off of your worried about to-do list if you're moving off grid. It's actually very easy with one of these machines. Absolutely gorgeous day today. I think the high was about 84. It's supposed to be about 85 or so all week. Lows in the mid-50s and highs in the mid-80s. But that doesn't mean the cold isn't coming. So for the last couple weeks, roughly, I've been looking at a new Dynaglow wall heater like what I have to have for a backup for heat. Everybody's always worried about keeping it cool in here. It's like, that's not really a concern of mine. My biggest concern is keeping this place warm. So, like I said, I was looking at another replacement Dynaglow heater. And it's 160 bucks, and you know, it's like I couldn't really use it unless the one that I have goes out. So, and I like the fact that there's a thermostat on it. That's my favorite thing about it. There's a thermostat. So I came across something else. Just like the Mr. Heater Buddy. This is a single tank, single hot pad part heater, except this one puts out 10,000 BTU. The Mr. Buddy puts out, or the Mr. Heater, sorry, puts out a maximum of 9,000. But the important thing is here on the side, that green dial, there's lots of dots. That means that there's a thermostat on there. Supposedly you can set it to find a comfortable temperature and then set it there, and it'll stay there. It'll turn itself off and turn itself on. That was the one thing I didn't like about the Mr. Heater, was that there was no thermostat on it. When you turned it on, it was on until you turned it off. There's Susie. There's Remy. Oh, there's my Ruger down there at the front of the Jeep. It's about 7:30 at night, so you're not going to be able to see much. I just wanted to say, I just love hanging around outside at night under a full moon. There's something about the desert that it's hard to explain. But when you're out in it at night, under the full moon, it's just a beautiful sight. For those of you that have been with me for a while, you know that I am way more concerned about being warm than being cool. Because the cool kind of takes care of itself, as it happens in the middle of the summer when the sun is shining. You can make tons of electricity to power air conditioners in the middle of the summer when the sun is shining. Being warm is a whole other can of worms. Usually you don't have enough electricity to... I wouldn't have enough electricity to keep me warm enough. I know that for a fact. I take about 3,000 watts an hour to keep me warm enough a few days during the winter. And so we're talking 9,000 watts before the sun even comes up. Never going to happen. So, the next best thing, my wall furnace over here, that thing there, not a wall furnace, that's a vent-free gas heater, burns propane, beautiful, it's a 10,000 BTU, works beautiful. Last winter, in the middle of winter, the other one just stopped working. I could not get it to light at all. So I was able to quick get online and order that one. More expensive than I wanted to spend. It was all I could get at the time. Now they've come back down in price a little bit. $159 for one with thermostat at Lowe's. If that's what you're looking for. They make them bigger. So I've been waiting to get one of those. Gonna buy one, $159 at Lowe's. And I was watching videos on comparisons on these new Flame King portable propane heaters. This one's bigger than the Mr. Heater Buddy that I've carried around. But the nice thing about this one, the one thing that the Mr. Buddy did not have that I really wanted, was a thermostat. So I can set it on whatever setting I want, and it'll turn on and turn off to keep it at that temperature. The Buddy did not do that. Well, some people were complaining that, to put the propane bottle back in, this little fitting here on the Mr. Heater Buddy swivels. So it makes it real easy to get a new can on there. And they were saying, the fact that this doesn't swivel would be a deal breaker. Well, my thing is just tilt the whole frickin' heater in if it's that big of a deal to be able to tilt the nozzle, the adapter thing to get it on. Tilt the whole thing. So that's what I figured I'm going to do. Tilt the whole thing. It takes 1 pound bottles. But like I said, the main thing I really like about it is the thermostat. The fact that I can set it and kind of forget it, and it'll keep it comfortable in here. The Mr. Heater, it's either on or off, and you have to decide, and you have to do it. Well, there's not that big of a difference in the sizes of them, I guess. It just looked a lot bigger sitting up there on the couch by itself. I'm hoping you can see this to show you how difficult it is to get that connecting valve into the right orientation to get a bottle on there. Not that big a deal. Manual igniters. It is a piezo switch, but it lit right away once I read the directions. Turn the thing on to high to get it to burn. Whenever you light these things, one of the key things for longevity is you always turn it to high until the whole thing turns orange, and then turn it down to low or medium or whatever temperature you want it at. It only takes about 30 seconds, but you always turn them to high. My bad, my Mr. Heater is going on its sixth winter this year. We'll see, it takes 30 seconds or so for them to turn bright orange. But this is another 10,000 BTU heater, just like the wall heater thing behind me is. The Mr. Heater is supposedly a 9,000 BTU heater. So now I have 29,000 BTUs worth of heat. I can get going at here at any one time. Any one of them breaks down, I'm down to close to 20. But I can have two of them break down and still have heat in here. And if worse comes to worse, I can always light up my propane cook stove. Let's see what the thermostat does. Well, you saw it. The pilot kept on going. The pad went out. Seems to work. Seems to work great. So, like I said, I was looking at getting another wall heater, and I came across a YouTube video on this, and they mentioned that it has a thermostat on the side. It's like, that's the one I want. It was came to right at $100 delivered to the door. $100 and a few odd cents. Walmart and Amazon had them. It's a Flame King model. Using one of these, I would expect the propane, a 1-pound tank, to last at least twice as long, if not longer, because you're able to control the burning of it. The only thing you can't control is how much the pilot sucks out of it. I believe I'm set now. I got my green one, got my red one, got my white wall one, and if the sun is shining, I got my two electric purple ones. Each one uses 250 watts. They give out a nice amount of heat. And it doesn't even need to be that sunny for me to have to want to take one of these out and be able to do it without frying up the batteries. Because like I said, just less than 250 watts each. So, and I like to have it blowing right on my feet when I have it turned on. You see I keep it handy. It's right here.